probably some other guys from the league that nobody cares about.
All right, welcome back, everyone. This is the Circle of Jerks 2016 Spring Championship Preview Podcast.
I farted.
That's Brad. I am Pete R. Next to me is the great Jer Bonet. And actually, this is for. Do you want to try and do Kurtz again?
No.
That was him being born.
Oh, here. Hang on, let me try Kurtz. I don't think I did it right.
Kurt's not here, as you guys can see. We have the guy flashing the leather, hashtag Congo sucks.
Hot Congo.
Hot Congo. Galuli's still here doing stats for us, and then we have the great, don't call me Patrick.
Don't call me Patrick.
Pat. Okay, so this is going to get into, we're going to talk about the Scrub Cup game. We were going to get our picks out there for who we think is going to win the Scrub Cup. Very coveted title. You win it, you pretty much get whatever you want for the entire year. I believe is what the ruling is, right?
I think if you bring it with you to friendlies, they'll fill it with ice cream.
That's a shitload of ice cream.
Yeah.
Who in the league? That's going to be the question at the end of the podcast. Who in the league can eat all of the ice cream out of that Scrub Cup?
And who would
wants
filling
to?
it?
Yeah, I don't know where that Scrub Cup has been.
Very good point. Very good point.
2 players, 1 cup.
Check, please, at friendlies.
Start it over.
So let's get into the pick standings. So last week was a rather interesting week. We actually had 2 guys go 2-0 last week. Who were those guys? Hashtag Conco Sucks. And Jer Bear.
He is reveling.
Jer Bear goes 2-0 last week.
He is reveling.
You know, he had us right where he wanted him. He really
There's a term for that? It's called fucker right in the pussy.
There you have it. So they go 2-0 this week, and hey, Jer, if you get it right this week, you can go undefeated again.
It's true. In that week.
In that week, back to back.
I still don't think I'm anywhere near you guys.
Undefeated. No, you're not. You can't even get second to last place, as Bob brought up last week. So let's go through the pick standings. In first place, you have Pete R going 30 for 42 at 71%. The Bob is in second place, going 28 for 42 at 67%.
So he can't get first place either, though.
Correct.
Doesn't this one count for 2 points?
Yeah.
Can he get 69%?
Sure, Conco is so pleased with
You
it.
can always do that. In third place, you have Cannonball Kurt, who pretty much picked all of my picks this year. I don't know if that was his game plan strategy or if it just happened to happen that way. He's gone 25 for 42 at 60%. Next is hashtag Conco Sucks at 55%, 23 for 42. Our guests have been at 53%, 21 for 40. And then next we have John Scotterton, 17 for 38 for 45%, and bringing up the rear, right where he wants him, 17 for 42, going for a 40% pick on the year, but went 2-0 last week, Jeremy.
Don't we do like regular season stats and playoff stats? I'm pretty sure. I'm doing pretty good in the playoffs.
Yeah, you are. Oh, let's see.
I'm
No, you.
4 for 6, I think.
No, you got all of the games wrong in the quarterfinals.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good call. Sorry. Fair enough. I won't ask.
But hey, you went 2-0 last week.
I
Congratulations
sure did.
on that. Congratulations. So those are the pick'ems. We'll get to the final preview game, but first we have the Scrub Cup coming up, and this is for anyone that is not playing in the championship game.
And I guess if you want to play and you're playing in a championship game, by all means. But
That's a good point. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people. I mean, last year, or actually in the fall, Zach actually came back to play for the Scrub Cup. So, it's going to be a lot of guys there, but this is a coveted title. This is a coveted title win. The past 2 winners have been Ramsey won it last year, and then
Joe Gant.
Gant?
Yeah.
Joe Gant won it the year before that.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mike Furlano.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Furlano won it in spring
It's
2015.
just so hard to forget Joe.
And then Joe might have won it in the year before that. Oh, we're touching the championship trophy. We do have the champion trophy sitting right here. Kurt does have to give it up next week. But before we get to there, we're going to get to the Scrub Cup for the Pigs. But we do have also, if anyone that has any trophy or anything like that, we need it back next week. If not, you're going to have to pay a $50 penalty. Is that what it is right now?
2-stroke penalty.
2-stroke penalty. So you got to pay a 2-stroke penalty if you do not bring your championship trophy last week or for whatever award that you have. But let's get to the Scrub Cup.
They don't call us the Circle of Jerks for nothing.
So we have a bunch of good teams. So you're talking Run DMC. You have a Tribe Called Quest able to play. You have Wu-Tang able to play. You have Public Enemy, Sugar Hill Gang.
I'm pretty sure my
Furious Five.
whole team, minus Dave King, was there for the scrub for the pickup this week. That's depressing.
Hey, it's alright. Don't worry about it. So we got a lot of great guys getting ready to play this game. Who's your pick for winning the Scrub Cup? Is it going to be a goalie? Actually, we don't even know who the goalies are. Actually, both not Ken. Alex said he didn't want to play in net this week just because of how hot it's going to be.
Put a trash can in. We could put the Scrub Cup in the net. Play goal.
Just put Tim's pad
I'm
in.
worse of a goalie than you.
True, fair point this year.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Ice.
So does anyone have a pick for who they think the Scrub Cup winner is going to be this year? The one person that's going to be the most valuable player of the Scrub Cup?
Moist, valuable player.
Most valuable player?
The Scrub Cup it's so good. Like the talent level in the Scrub Cup is so deep and so good that it's hard to pick a winner because you got the guys who come out and they try. You got guys like a Gaffey who's going to play hard or a Jesse who's going to play hard. And then you got guys like me who are so good that they don't have to try. So they come out and they just act like assholes and they try to score off the back wall and they do all sorts of stupid shit. So, I mean, I guess it's up for interpretation. Usually the losing team picks the Scrub Cup winner.
Yep.
So that's the biggest thing is do they have sour grapes because somebody aired them out, or do they really think that somebody deserves to win it?
Well, who do you think is going to deserve to win it
Deserve to win it.
next week? Who do you think is capable to get
We don't
the
know who
win?
the fuck is playing in this
I know,
thing.
that's the best part about it. So we got to put it out there.
Pick a few.
Pick 15.
15
Makes you
yeah.
moist.
Whoever makes me moist.
Think guys are
more.
going to be nice and moist, like Kurt Cannonball, who just got born last week. We'll pick three people that you think you're going to win.
3. I feel like Jesse Trado, after his play this past week, would be in the conversation. I think John Strachan, if he shows up and plays, would be a sleeper pick.
That would have been my number one choice.
And I'm gonna go Ramsey. Ramsey played well last week in the pickup, so I feel like he's a good sleeper pick to repeat.
Yeah, he wants to be the most scrubbiest of all. He said it on Facebook. I'm going with Mike Furlano. I think he can win for back-to-back springs. This guy is always hustling on the floor. So as long as his team loses, or team loses? No, as long as his team wins, he has a chance to win it. So
I mean, I guess there's no rule against the losing team picking somebody from the losing team,
that's a good point.
but maybe there should be.
I lost last year. New rule. So I'm going to go with Mike Furlano. Another guy that I'm going to pick is actually Gaffey. I really like it. After the season that he had, I know he's going to be hustling on the floor to get this win. The next guy I'm going to go with, hopefully he shows up, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson, I think, will have a pretty strong game. It's going to be really hot, so he'll only have
I
about
bought a new shirt.
30
for the
seconds
Scrub
to
Cup.
shift.
What was that?
I bought a shirt for the Scrub Cup.
You bought a shirt for the Scrub
Your
Cup?
dad bought one?
No, that was the shirt that I bought for the Scrub Cup before the Scrub Cup.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, good job, man. So
Thanks, bro.
We got a new shirt for the Scrub Cup.
Yeah.
Apparently, does everyone have to buy a shirt for the Scrub Cup?
I encourage it.
All right.
Not mandatory.
All right.
We might have shirts at the Y for you.
To purchase.
No.
Lost and found.
Lost and found.
Lost and found.
Brian Marvin special.
Might not fit, but hey, it'll work out.
That's even
so.
better.
That's what she said.
So I'm gonna pass it over. Pat, who do you think? Who do you think is gonna win the Scrub Cup?
I think John Stratton, if he can have one of his amazing games where he's had
15 goals.
Yeah.
That's Sprankton? Did you say Sprankton? Disease? Did you get
no,
chewed
no
much?
T.
No, there's 2 T's.
Strachen.
What just happened?
When you say it. John, that guy had played on my team.
John.
That guy. Yeah, if he can have one of his amazing nights, it seems like it was about every other week for him. So since I don't know if he got on the score sheet during the semifinals, but
Well, you
now
shot
it's
it often. You shot it off the
That's
Stratton.
right. That's right. I think he's due for another outstanding performance.
15 goals.
Is Kyle playing?
Yeah.
That's a big factor.
What if they're on the same team?
Yeah. What if they're on the same team? He'll still
He'll
shut
still
him down.
shut him
He will
down.
shut him down.
So if not John, then I'd go with Zach.
Zach.
Because
Okay.
Zach's always just a solid choice.
Yeah. Can the top scorer win it?
If he plays in the Scrub Cup and the other team thinks that he deserves it, then sure.
I didn't think he deserved it last year.
I feel like Zach already in his normal play tries to get the rest of the team involved, especially in a game that means nothing. He's going to be trying to pass it through his legs, through your legs, back through his legs to somebody
The
else who's
triple
going to
nutmeg.
fucking flop and like just totally whiff on the shot. And then the breeze is going to propel the puck into their own goal. And that person's me.
So you're picking Brad?
No, I'm saying that would be Brad. That, like,
That's totally something I would
totally
do.
whip on
Are
the
you kidding
beautiful
me?
Zach pass.
I don't have any idea.
Well, speaking of Brad, who do you think has a chance to win the Scrub Cup? for 2016?
I gotta say somebody like Zach or Furlano. You know, somebody who's able to go out there and, this is gonna sound dumb, but have his way with whoever's defending him at any given time. Both of them are able to do that pretty consistently, even in a really moist gym. So
I think there's a lot of defense in the bedroom out there.
I gotta go with one of them. So yeah, they're both such strong players.
Kako?
Is it in my notes so far?
You know what?
Firm dead odds.
I'm gonna go all goalie here.
Nobody likes you.
All goalie. Alex, Bill.
Clearly said he's not playing goal.
Yeah,
Clearly
Bill wants
says
to
that.
play out.
There's still goalies.
Bill's
in
playing out as
Still
well.
play. Still.
Is he gonna play on his
Yeah, I'm
knees
picking
still?
him still. I'm picking him still. Bill, Alex, John, and Steve.
Who's playing next?
Oh, Randy. Okay.
No,
Trash cans.
Steve Schultz might play next.
Steve Schultz might play.
But who
Who's
cares?
over
They're
there?
all gonna win it. One of
They're
them.
all,
Doesn't matter.
every single one of them.
Every
They're
single
gonna
one of
share.
them.
Maybe he got a new shirt.
And then they're gonna pick one out.
Maybe they got a new shirt. All right, so there you have the Scrub Cup. Make sure you come out. We're gonna start it at 6:30, right? You guys can come at 6 o'clock, play around, warm up for half hour.
We're starting promptly as soon as there's enough people to get there.
Okay.
What?
So get there at
And then we have-
get there at 4 in the morning,
Just come quickly.
and we'll just have to beat everyone out at the gym. Is that right?
Physically.
Physically. All right. So 6 o'clock is the earliest we can start. So if we have enough players. What was it?
Early bird special.
Early bird special. Skip the early bird special and come to the game. So this is gonna be the Scrub Cup. Like we said, as soon as we have enough players to play, we will start the action and we will go to 7:30.
Yeah. Also, if you haven't voted yet, what the fuck are you doing?
Seriously.
Go vote.
We're like 2 days away.
Seriously. Feel the burn. Make floor hockey great again.
Vote for Chillery.
And I don't know what the fuck Hillary's slogan is. Moving forward or some shit like that, isn't it?
Ignore my past.
I don't know. Something, I don't know. Vote. June 10th.
So there you have it. Vote June 10th. Time to get to the championship matchup. We have two guys here that are in the championship, so we will get to their picks last. But we have the number 7 Roots team going against the number 3 NWA team. Should be an all-out battle. Both of these teams have, one team has not been very consistent at all. One team has been very consistent their entire season.
Which one?
The Roots. The Roots, definitely.
I thought you were going to say Sugar Hill Gang. Very
Well,
consistent their whole season.
You know, we should have been the home team in the championship game against you. I don't know what happened.
Purge took his vacation too late.
Too late. So it's the Roots and NWA for the Spring 2016 Championship matchup. Let's actually throw it over to one of our guests. Guest first. Brad, what are your thoughts on this game, and who is your pick to win it?
I think looking at this game, you got to look at the matchups. So I kind of went down the list and I said, okay, I like this man. So top scorers in each team, you got Peter, you got Mike. No offense to you, but I really, especially after playing against him, I really like Mike. Between the two of you, he's one of those guys that just you can get two people covering him, and he's got such a strong shot, such a consistent shot, and he is also one of those guys that is difficult to face. He just keeps on playing this. He plays the same game in the first minute and the last minute, the entire game. I think you look down the list. You go with you got Austin on the Roots. You got Sturgis on NWA. Austin obviously has had a fantastic season. He's got fantastic hand. He's one of those guys. You get a rookie that's really good, and it's almost unfair with the level of the kind of boost you get in talent or something like that. He's fantastic. He's gonna have a great. I hope he keeps playing with us because he's had a great year. And you got Andy against either Foes or Conco, whoever decides to play the floor.
Foes is
I don't know.
Whatever one.
Hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Either way, for either of those, Andy has been playing phenomenal this year. I really think he has. He's so active to the puck. You can't get him tired. He just gets out there and just runs forever. In that matchup I would want. And then you got get down to kind of the bottom part, the lower rounds of the roster. You got Dan and Ian on Roots, and you got Steve and Jamie on NWA. That's kind of a push because you got Steve. Steve is so defensively so strong. We saw what he did last week against Paul. It was so fantastic. You got Dan. You got Dang on the other side. Biggest balls in New York. And
They got a ribbon at the state fair.
and then you got Jamie and Ian.
Unfortunately, it was blue.
You got Jamie and Ian, both guys who are really good at getting in there, grinding it out. They both got decent shots. They're able to put up the points. I think you look at this kind of top to bottom, and then you got goalies as well. Ken didn't have a great year, but he has played fantastic the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. Fantastic. And against whoever, you had a great season in goal during the regular season, and Foes has had a great. Last week he was pretty solid, and this week he was fantastic. So that kind of
putting Steve in that.
Yeah, right.
He plays pickup in that.
He's like 2 inches wide. But you look at that, I think that's kind of a push as well because it depends on which Kenton we get. Do we get regular season Kenton or do we get playoff Kenton? I think you go down the list though, and I think that this is going to be Roots because I think that Peter and Austin are on the. They're like, you watch them, the passing and consistent scoring. It's. I think it'd be pretty difficult for NWA to be able to overcome that. So.
Big pick. So that's one for the Roots. Let's go to our other guest, Pat. Pat, what are your thoughts on the game?
I approached this much the same way Brad did. Going down the lineup, you've got guys that can do the same thing on each team.
Yeah.
My biggest example of that is Austin and Mike. They can both carry the puck, and they both have hands that can just work.
I have hands too.
Hands that can work magic.
Yeah.
What do you say? We're making dick jokes, and he's like hands that are poetry.
You can make a dick joke out of that.
Yeah.
If we haven't learned anything from the podcast, that literally anything can be made into a dick joke.
Moist.
Sorry, go ahead.
On the Roots, you got Pete and Austin, who I talked about in the recap, that can come down in a 2-on-1 or even a 2-on-2. And I think if the Mikes can do the same kind of thing, get the goalie moving laterally, whether it's Foes or Conco, I think that's a good way for them to score goals. For me, this game actually comes down to goaltending, which we don't know who the goalie is.
Yeah.
And so because of that, and you don't know who's playing net, and you don't know which Kenton you're getting.
Yeah.
Like Brad said, to me, this game is an absolute coin flip. I think it's going to be a 2-goal game, maybe 1 goal. But I got to go with the Roots edging it out just because of the way that they played against us in the Tribe in the semifinals. I think everything's starting to click, and I think the Roots can do it.
So here's a good question to both you guys. I mean, both of you brought up the goaltenders, and you know, it is such a coin flip with who we're going to get with on the Kenton side, but you know, we have a coin flip for NWA on who it's going to be. If Combo's in that, do you guys have a leaning towards one, or if it's Foes, do you guys have it leaning in one way or the other?
I actually have a note of that. I think Conco is better on the long shots and struggles laterally, moving across the net, where I think Foes does that better.
I disagree. I think it's the other way around.
Yeah, I
personally, but
Well, because I've always, the one thing I learned my rookie season was if Conco sees it, he's going to stop it.
yeah.
And so that's why I've always had it in my head that he's going to stop the long shot. Because he's going to grab it out of the air. Even if it's blocker side, I've seen you do that. It's blocker side, you reach across your body and grab it with the glove.
That's not good.
Yeah.
So you get rebounds against him. I mean, that's how you score against Conco.
So if Conco is in that, do you give the edge to NWA, or if Foes is in that, do you give the edge? Like, which do you give them an edge more to pick NWA if one of them's in that,
Conco's trash.
or does it come down to it, or is it more coming down to what Kenton do we get?
I've thought about all. I don't know how many combinations there are. The 2
16.
Kentons and Foes to Conco. Every combination of those, I think, for me, comes out with the Roots on top.
Yeah. I mean, you also got to take into account the fact that it's going to be super hot next week again. Same thing.
Two combinations.
No, because we're gonna trade. If Bad Kenton's playing, we're actually gonna trade for Good Kenton.
Oh,
Because I mean, you also got to take into account, you know, the temperature. And I know that the games that we have played, where I've been on your team that have been hot, you're like, I'm dying. I can't move. I'm not. You know, any goalie is going to lock down. I think that, you know, Kenton has played great. He played great, honestly, last night. You could tell that he was tired, but he was consistent. You know, whatever goalie you're going to get, is it going to be the same? You know, are we going to still get, you know, excellent bullet time diving Foes, or are we going to get somebody who's going to get affected by the heat? You know, I think you got to take that into account too. And I think that the Roots have a team that is, the way that they play is going to be more. They're going to be able to handle it better.
So you're thinking that it's more based on what Kenton do we get than whatever goal
Yes,
that they
I agree. When we say goalie is going to decide it, I think it more depends on which Kenton we're going to get.
Interesting. All right, statistician.
Statistician.
Is he here?
No.
Oh, okay. Jared.
Yeah. So, I'm looking at my extensive notes that I just wrote before.
He has one line of paper on it.
Yeah.
One line of
It's a
writing
bunch of
paper.
dicks.
Pretty much before everybody else started talking, I just had the word no on there.
He wrote moist 6 times.
No.
But I changed it, so now it says no women anywhere versus the square roots from Austin's math test. And I did a breakdown.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
It works. It works.
I did a breakdown, but I didn't go
I didn't know there was going to be math.
player by player because I don't have time to talk about all you assholes. So I just broke it down into like sections, and so offense, defense, and goalie. And offensively, I give the edge to the Roots. I feel like they have a lot of scoring power from their front. You know, up front, they have a lot of scoring power. Defense, I go no women anywhere, or NWA. I feel like they take the edge
There's
defensively.
a woman in the stands last week.
Fucking cousin, that doesn't count.
Where are they from?
Dunkirk, it might.
Check.
So NWA, I'm going I think defensively, NWA takes it. They have a lot of players that can stifle.
What's this word you're speaking of?
Yes, exactly. And goalie, I think no matter who they put in net, I still think that they have an edge, whether it's Conco or it's Foes. I mean, obviously the smart choice, the obvious choice, the way that they're playing, you don't pull a hot goalie. I would.
You pull a hot Conco.
I feel like they'd be Pete Skidmoreing themselves in the leg at this point if they switch goalies at this point.
Pete Skidmore's now a verb.
So, I mean, I'm giving them the edge defensively. I'm giving them the edge goalie-wise. You know, they have a slight advantage on the root side for offense, but defense wins championships. They just don't do it from Myrtle Beach. So with that being said, I'm gonna go with NWA. It sucks because the Roots are they're a much better story. You want to get behind the 7th seed going against the higher seed. You want to watch them win. You want to see them do it. But I think that the Cinderella story is over. Week 1 in the playoffs, they had a great matchup against a Wu-Tang team that was on a downslide. Week 2, they gotta give me with no Jeff Burge. They kind of got off easy with that. Tired out a team in a fucking 90-degree gym with an extra sub, and I don't see it. I think that the NWA has the tools that are there that are going to shut them down offensively. Not even so much from the goalie, but the floor players that are going to annoy the shit out of Pete and Austin. And then Mike Bryant was picking corners on the biggest fucking goalie in the league, and you have a shaky Kenton, or even a Kenton who's playing well, who isn't the best at angles. So I feel like offensively they're going to be able to put up numbers, and I think defensively they're going to silence the Roots enough where it's going to be the difference maker and in the game for them.
In your eyes, who stops Austin from stick handling around everybody?
I mean, at the same time, if you have Steve Newberry in front of him, he'll be able to do whatever he wants with the stick, but Steve Newberry is going to be on him. So if you can stop the body, he can do whatever the fuck he wants with the stick.
Interesting points. It's now, I guess it's time to get into, the two guys that are in the game. Just a quick note, Cannonball Kurt and both John have both picked NWA. They both mentioned that they think it's going to be a close battle. They are both picking NWA. So right now we have Jer Bear NWA, Cannonball Kurt, John Scotterton picking NWA, and then we have both guests tonight picking the Roots. So I'll throw it over to Conco. Conco, what are your thoughts? You got your team. Of course, I feel like you're going to be picking them.
I am so pumped for this game.
Yeah, me too.
I cannot wait. I wish it was Wednesday, tomorrow, just so I have a little bit of time to rest and
That
get
was
through
nice.
it. Yeah, it was.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Well,
It has the same 3 letters.
I'm going with my team. It's going to be a very, very tough game because the Roots have so much scoring talent and I think tenacity on that team, top to bottom, that it's going to really be one of our hardest tests of the season. I know that sounds cliche, but I really believe that they were kind of one of the teams that made me a little bit nervous throughout the season just because of their sheer skill. I think that our heart and our will is going to really kind of give us an advantage here because I know every single guy on this team wants to win. I know this is going to be Jamie's first championship game. Last night was Mike Sturgis' first playoff win. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe, yeah. Told me that in the parking lot. And I don't know if this is Mike Ryan's first championship game.
No, he won his rookie year. We actually asked him that.
Oh, okay.
At the bar.
So, well, yeah, okay. Well, still,
Sure.
we got 2 new guys, and I know every single guy on this team wants it. We really started to gel the past few weeks. I think that we've gone through a lot of adversity this season, kind of learned from each other. And I think that, let's see what I have here. Whoever is in net, I believe is going to step up. Whether that's Steve, Sturgis, Bose, even Jamie, or me. I think that every single one of us is going to be able to, put it all on the line, no matter how hot it is. But with that being said, this Roots team really does scare me with Pete, Austin, 2 highly skilled players that can kind of do what they want, no matter who's on them. Then you have Andy just with his tenacious defense of playing both sides. I mean,
Tenacious D.
yeah, seriously, yeah. He, no matter where the puck is, he's going all out. He's got such a high motor, and he's just fighting for that puck. He's like Furlano with a little less, Canadian hockey in him. And then you got Kenton, who has been able to shut down teams at will this playoff, run. So it depends on how much powdered sugar he's going to be wearing. And what kind of glove he's going to be wearing too. And how much Chipotle he has that week, but
What we don't talk about Mexican food.
but I can say that I am fucking pumped for this game. I cannot wait for it. and I believe in my team, and I'm going with my team. We are going the entire game.
Stop hitting the table.
Yeah, it's really loud.
We're going the entire game, no matter what the score is, how much time is left. We're ready for it.
All right, so that's another pick for NWA. A pretty easy guess, the guy whose team is on NWA. So wanted to get both the two matchups that the Roots and NWA have had against each other. In Week 4, the Roots beat NWA 17-7, but without Mike Bryan in the lineup. And then NWA won against the Roots in Week 8 with both teams at full strength, 16-11. So this is the rubber match of really the season. Not having Mike Bryan in there the first game, we really don't know. So at full strength, they do have the win. Conco to me had the steal of the draft. I thought, going back through, he had some huge picks that were very successful for him. Steve is one of the best defensemen in the league, plain and simple, and should be notified or nominated and really just pledged for how great of a defenseman he is. Glad he's gotten the nomination so far. How people let Jamie fall to the 4th round continuously is insane. This guy is a huge steal for you. And then you pick Foes, who in the 5th round, because no one really knew how good this guy actually was going to be on the floor. But at the same time, he's a great goaltender, and he's actually been mentioned as the best playoff goaltender ever by #GianniSucks. And you switch him for Conco, who is easily a 3rd round pick when you come up to a snake draft. That gives you 3 3rd rounders who all hustle, who all can score, and add that with one of the best 2nd rounders of the league, Mike Sturgis, combined with Mr. Nice Guy, whose shot causes more bruises than a fat guy falling on a peach crate. I mean, this team is complete. This team is complete.
I get it.
Top to bottom. You have peaches bruise easily? No, just me. So this team, top to bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about it. So from top to bottom, this was the reason I picked you guys as my preseason favorite. But what game is it really going to come out to be? The Roots are playing a completely different style than what they did for the regular season. We've let in 20 goals in the first 2 playoff games, which is 4 goals under our regular season average. We're scoring just about 1 goal less than our regular season. But then you have the Roots, who are still being the same consistent team that they're doing. They're letting in 2 goals less, goals per average in the first 2 games. NWA. Letting in 2 goals less per average, but scoring just over 1 goal more per game. It really is a toss-up. My guys are playing a completely different style of play. I've told them, we've been talking about this back and forth even since last night. We have to play our best game of the season, and we've said this the past 2 weeks. We have to play our best game of the season to beat the number 2 seed, Wu-Tang. We have to play our best game to beat the number 1 seed. What was the number seed? Oh, ATCQ, sorry. We have to play our best game of the season in order to beat the number 3 seed. I mean, we're a number 7 seed. We have to go up the number 2, number 1 seed, and now the number 3 seed in order to win a championship. I'm picking my guys, of course, because I feel like we have an opportunity to do this, but we all need to play our best game of the season in order to take these guys down, because you are, from top to bottom, there is no weakness. There is no weakness. Whoever's in net, whether it's you or Foes or Steve, which is not going to happen because Brian already told me last night he's going to put Steve on me. So it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game. People talk about it being a toss-up. I think you got to give the edge to NWA, but we've been an underdog before and came out on top, so we just got to keep it going. So the Roots I have as a pick.
It's going to be tough because there's a lot of different X factors in this game. You have our depth, and then you also have like your role players, like Dane, who's going to just. I have a feeling he's just going to sell out and just block shots.
Yeah.
As much as he can. He's going to use every.
He's going to get it right in the feet.
He's going to go balls out. And then Ian's going to be fighting hard for every single puck. He's got a good shot. When he gets time and space, he's got a really good shot.
Yeah.
So it's not like with Furious 5 where we can force the rest of the team to beat us if we just shut down one guy. This is a much tougher test. It's going to spread us out more. So I agree, it's a very, very close, tough to call matchup, but I believe in my guys.
Sure. Any other thoughts on the game? Championship? No?
come out. It's a great time. Let's fill the track. Commissioner said tickets are free, so anybody that has the ability to come out there.
Will it be streamed live for those of us that are out of state?
We've done it in the past.
Can we do Facebook Live?
We can try.
Yeah, we'll try it.
We'll
Who was it who had that set up? Was it Gaff?
Gafe was streaming it. We'll look into it. We'll let you know.
Or maybe if
Put
it's
it on
live
Twitch or
tweets.
something.
Live tweets is another thing.
Oh, I was
live-
posting after every period, but I'm playing this year. I'll do it.
Bob Hartman is also really big on he posts from the Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah.
We'll have something.
Yeah.
Whether it be a live stream, we'll have either that or periodical updates.
But everyone that can't be there because they're moving, we want you guys to show up to this game. We want to pack the stands because after this, we're going directly down to Kurt's for the banquet. And
Where we are now, actually.
Where we are now. Drinking Sunkist. Not beer this time. Cokes.
Waters.
Ice cream sandwich.
Ice cream
Ice cream
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Pork chops.
Who wants a body massage?
Or look All right, so that's the championship matchup. You know, this is the final game of the season. Make sure you guys come out for the Scrub Cup. We want to fill the floor for the Scrub Cup. You want to win that trophy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But then afterward, the banquet. Make sure everyone comes down. Bring the trophies. We want it that way. Last time there was a few guys that didn't even show up, and we ended up handing the award away to some other person. So
I think I was
you-
one of them.
Yeah.
I
If you
just
show
found
up,
the kids.
You might win an award.
you might win an award by default, just
Door
by
prize.
showing up.
Wait, does
Door
everybody get a
prizes.
trophy? So like Little League?
Sort of. It's always a tie at the Y, so.
At the Y. So make sure you guys come on out. We've already started a kind of head count on Facebook, so comment on there. Bring your trophies. We need all of the trophies so we can update them.
And give them back out.
And give them back out so we can lose them once again.
There might be live mics too.
There might be live mics. Yeah, you could jump on the podcast as
Yeah.
well.
We might record the podcast live from the banquet.
And get thoughts from every single player.
Yeah, anybody that wants to step up and take my mic, feel free. I don't have anything important to say anyway. June 10th.
Someone
No.
on June 10th?
June 10th, yeah, I think there might be. Let me check my schedule. No, seriously, vote. The awards are really close right now. There's a lot of empty votes there. If you don't vote, I'm going to go in and vote for you. So, outside of that, just a quick rebuttal thought. There was a picture posted on the Facebook of a championship team from Bill Gray's, where a bunch of our guys from our league went that. And I even asked some of the guys like what the talent level was and how guys from our league would do in that setting or leagues like that. And you know, basically the general consensus is that we would compete. So, and then Jamie was on there. He's like, I thought about playing in a league, but I didn't know if anybody else would be down. So, if you ever have another league or ever have like pickup games, I know we do Dryer Road. There's ball hockey at Lakeshore. There's a ton of other leagues in there that our guys, these people from this league are going out and they're consistently winning trophies in. So if you ever want to play, or if you ever have an idea and you want people to play, throw it on the Facebook, and you never know. Some of these other guys that are maybe interested and maybe looking to play, maybe just waiting for somebody like, hey, I'm interested in this, and they're like, oh shit, I was interested in this too.
Right.
And you never know, you could throw in a game and throw in a team and beat other leagues at floor hockey or ball hockey. So
Yeah, and especially, I mean, that league had a Monday night, I don't even know what it's called, rec league, I guess you can call it, and then Tuesday night was a competitive league, and that was the one that we won the championship for. But if you're wondering about how competitive, you can be, because obviously our league is very competitive, we would have done really well if we put a team out there. I mean, we could have put a bunch of our second rounders and easily won the rec night. Let's get more guys. Let's show why the YMCA is so great, because we're going to be able to get more people.
And I
in
feel
this
like
league.
that's a bigger thing. Is like a lot of guys want to do stuff like that, but they're nervous because they feel like, oh shit, we're gonna put a team in and we're gonna get aired out. Like perennially at Lakeshore, we have a team that is in the championship game almost every season in Lakeshore ball hockey over the summer. And they're winning out in Bill Gray's. Paul's putting a team out in Auburn, and they're winning the cup out in Auburn. Like,
Yeah. Every week at Dryer Road, somebody from this league is winning.
Exactly. And Dryer Road's another one. Yeah, Strachan is a testament to Dryer Road.
Yes.
He played Dryer Road all summer, and then he came into the season and
Scored like 500 goals.
exactly. So I mean, the opportunity is out there. So I mean, if you want to play, don't feel like just put it out there, and people will find a way to get you
Yeah.
into playing somewhere.
And not just floor hockey. If you guys just
Exactly.
want to put a game of gin rummy together.
You know what I mean? That'll be happening June 10th.
June 10th.
June 10th. That's another thing. just to segue into that, a lot of people are nervous about playing on the ice, but June 10th, if you want to get out and try it, this is a perfect opportunity. We have the ice, we have skates, you don't need
There were
shit.
guys that could not play on the ice, and they played.
Me. And I had full pads.
Yeah.
So,
He scored like 500 goals or something.
yeah, John Strachan.
I think I took like 500 steps.
So a lot of fun. I have to plug it as well. June 10th is definitely come out. The last time was a blast. Are you bringing the vodka gummy bears again?
No.
Okay.
Those were left over from the bachelor at party,
Oh.
and there's not one of those. Or if there is one, we don't give a shit about it. So.
So you just randomly just found those around and just brought them in?
No, they didn't
They're
use
on the
them at the
street.
bachelorette party. I don't know.
Oh, the
I mean, I guess
bachelorette party.
I'll tell you what. If you really want them, we can find a way to make that happen. That's the type of league that we are.
Hey, make Floor Happy great again. June 10th, vote. You guys have anything else?
Gianni sucks.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, speaking of other leagues, Zach Davis, if you want to finally go down to Geneva and play some cross, you're more than welcome. That's it.
Nice hand joke, yeah. All right, I guess we should give a nice slow clap to Pat. Pat, thank you so much for playing with us. We will miss you. Best of luck to you down in Florida. We'll miss you for sure. Anytime you're back, make sure you reach out to us, and we'd love to have you on board.
Wear suntan lotion.
Absolutely. Good chance I might be looking to join a team 1 week during the Winter Classic when I'm in town for the holidays.
You got a spot. I hope you play well.
I'll bring the girl with me.
Yeah, okay, all right. As long as you bring a girl, we got it. So,
As long as it's the girl
no
from
Taco
the track.
Tuesday.
no.
As long as it's a chick from the track.
Oh man, that's the. Oh,
She's
we
gonna
don't
play
we don't
goalie
have
in
a
the Winter
question.
Classic.
Okay, so who would win in the fight against her?
Who would?
That's the question.
Game planning's balls.
Do you have a question for that? We actually didn't get to a question.
I mean, I have the other one. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
throw
it's-
the other question.
Is it good enough?
Yeah, I think it's
All
good
right.
enough.
So far, every team in this, there's been no shutouts in the playoffs. So every team has let up at least one goal. Actually, every team has let up a lot more than one goal. So if you could take one goal and take it back, so that it didn't happen in the playoffs, what goal would you pick? And I guess you can give an explanation why, if you remember a specific goal.
Pat's goal from
Pat's
last
goal.
week. It was so dirty, and it just made me feel disgusting.
You deserved it though.
He did deserve it.
I'm used to making women feel disgusting, so
So it works out perfectly
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, that would definitely be my goal that I want back. Anyone else? Yeah, it's a tough
Oh,
question.
jeez.
Oh, geez.
anyone where I gave up on the play during the semifinals.
So that'd be all of the goals. From
Yeah, anytime. I'm pretty sure I was like a -5 that night.
There was one 2 weeks ago where I was so gassed and I kind of was hanging back cherry picking. I knew I should have been covering my guy on defense and I didn't. And my guy ended up scoring and I felt really bad about it. So I kind of wish I had that one back.
I'm seeing a common theme here.
Where somebody gave up on it.
Yeah.
Why they scored.
Key to winning in our league:
Don't give up.
don't give up.
Justin Bieber.
What?
I don't know.
Brad.
It's stupid, like the one where the Tim-minute shot and he like pooped it out and it was just sitting under him, and it kind of hung out there for a while, like that one, like
And
laying an
wiggle it
egg.
off.
That one.
It was distracted.
Oh,
The funny thing about it was like it was just sad
It hurt.
sitting there just nowhere.
it was several
and
seconds.
fucking Sturgis dove and hit it in when he could have casually walked up and just kind of tapped it.
He pulled a Kurt.
Yeah.
Handball.
I would say probably the Kurt goal in our game.
What, didn't he have a few?
But the one that Steve Schultz wrote the 40-page paper on, where it was the best shot of the game.
Hey, listen, he got an A for it. He got an A for it.
Oh, that was Austin. No, but where Kurt said it was the best shot that their team had probably all night, and it was just a laser shot, and I feel like I would take that one back because we only lost by one, and then, who knows what happens in overtime. But it's the only goal I really remember from them from that game. So that's my pick.
Who gave up on it?
Your mom.
Kurt.
Kurt. Kurt gave up.
Kurt
on
gave
it.
up on it.
So I'm gonna hit this as hard as I can.
Mid-swing, like, this isn't going anywhere.
So that's what he's got to do. He's just got to give up on the play. So there you have it, guys. Scrub Cup next week at 6 p.m. The second we have enough players, they're going to start up the matchup. 7:30 p.m. is the championship game. Make sure you stick around for it. banquet's going to be held right after that. Bring $10, bring your own beer. It's going to be held at Kurt's. We'll make sure to get you all the information on how to get down here. Appreciate everyone for listening.
Are we having a player of the night for the banquet?
Player of the night for the banquet.
Play of the night.
Yeah, players.
Play.
Player of what?
3 stars.
Three stars. Three stars.
3 stars of the banquet.
Of the banquet.
That's gonna be picked next week.
It's not even happening yet.
You normally pick that afterward.
Are we doing a June 10th preview?
June 10th preview.
That's the next hour podcast.
Yeah.
June 10th preview. I mean, what else can I say that I haven't said already?
Nothing.
7 p.m. $30. Food, booze, ice, sport court, ice skating strippers,
Cards.
Zach will be there.
Gin rummy.
poker, can jam, hot pokers,
Hot conkos.
hot conkos,
Hot singles in your
poker
area
faces,
now.
Lady Gaga.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your
Meat suits.
spring
Meat suits.
2016
Their showers.
review for the championship. We appreciate everyone listening once again. This is Pete R. We have Jared Bear, Brad, and Pat. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Conco.
Johnny sucks.
Johnny sucks. Is it Wednesday yet? Is it championship Wednesday yet?
Oh.
Yay.